live in a world flooded with quick fixes and hollow motivation, but real mastery demands something deeper. Virtues that transform how we live, think, and act. Welcome to Aevitas. In an age overloaded with motivational quotes, fad diets, and quick hacks, we often miss the heart of authentic growth. Virtues. Aevitas is a philosophy that blends ancient wisdom, like the Stoics, samurai codes, and timeless spiritual practices, with a modern, actionable mindset. At the core are 5 virtues that guide us toward genuine strength and purpose: discipline, resilience, empathy, curiosity, and courage. In today's video, we'll dive into how these 5 core virtues can reshape your life from the inside out. Why do we need another philosophy? Because action is often the missing link. Aevitas stands on principles like action is the bridge between thought and reality. Knowledge is empty if never applied. Struggle is the forge of growth. Avoiding adversity prevents us from ever becoming stronger. Virtue is strength. Real strength is physical, mental, and moral. These aren't just ideas to memorize, they're calls to embody virtues in daily life. Before we break them down, here's a snapshot of the 5 core virtues. Discipline, consistency, perseverance, and self-control in alignment with your values. Resilience, enduring hardships and emerging stronger. Empathy, connecting and uplifting others through genuine compassion. Curiosity, seeking knowledge, challenging assumptions, and embracing growth. Courage, acting in alignment with your purpose, even when fear is present. Now, let's look at each virtue in detail. What they mean, how to apply them, and why they matters. Discipline is the foundation of all growth. It's the ability to act according to your values, even when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, or downright painful. Without discipline, even the grandest vision never takes flight. Discipline splits into 3 subcategories, which are easier to work on individually for some people, especially if you're just starting your journey with the virtue of discipline. Consistency, perseverance, and self-control. Consistency is the daily commitment. Perseverance keeps you going when obstacles arise. Self-control ensures you stick to your principles rather than impulses. Practical ways to build discipline. Start with small daily habits, like 10 minutes of reading each morning instead of scrolling. Set clear boundaries for habits you would like to change, such as social media or junk food. Celebrate small wins. Discipline thrives on positive reinforcement. A common pitfall is all-or-nothing thinking. Missing one workout, zoning out while watching TV, or slipping on a diet once doesn't mean you abandon the whole plan. True discipline is about course-correcting and conscious, consistent effort, not perfection. Resilience is the strength to endure and adapt when life knocks you down. It's not about avoiding hardship, it's about letting hardship shape you into something stronger. This virtue can be broken down into 3 complementary subcategories as well: adaptability, grit, and patience. Adaptability is your ability to pivot when plans fall apart. Grit is pushing forward despite fatigue or fear. Patience is understanding that real change and healing take time. Imagine you lose your job unexpectedly. Resilience is not just a brave face, it's using that setback as fuel to learn new skills or pivot careers. It keeps us engaged in the face of uncertainty and failure, allowing us to learn from mistakes rather than be defeated by them. Action step: reflect on a recent setback. Write down how it can become your greatest teacher. A word of caution though: don't isolate yourself in tough times. Lean on community. Resilience doesn't mean going it alone, and having the humility to ask for help is just as important as having the character to endure it. Now we arrive at the 3rd core virtue: empathy. Empathy is the capacity to understand and share the feelings of others. It forms the backbone of relationships, community, and compassion. As with the previous two virtues, empathy is also comprised of sub-virtues. These can be understood as behaviors or ways of thinking that together give rise to the virtue of empathy. They are kindness, understanding, and compassion. Kindness is the simple act of caring in everyday life. Understanding is taking the time to truly see another's perspective. Compassion is the deeper drive to alleviate suffering wherever you find it. In the belief system of Aevitas, kindness is not weakness, it's the strength to uplift others. You've probably heard this before, but listen more than you speak. Start conversations with genuine curiosity and with the goal of seeing things through the eyes of who you are speaking with. Practice forgiveness. Holding grudges is like carrying weights that drain your spirit or drinking poison and expecting the other person to fall ill. Denying forgiveness is self-sabotage. Here's a challenge that you can try right now. Reach out to someone you've had conflict with or disagreed with recently. Seek mutual understanding. Empathy is also about respect for the world around you. It reflects the respect you have for yourself. So practice empathy with yourself just as you would with others to keep both your physical and mental space tidy. Since you're here, you must be at least a little bit of a curious person. So this next virtue may come more naturally to you, but that doesn't mean you can ignore cultivating it further. Curiosity is the relentless drive to explore, question, and learn. It's the enemy of stagnation and the engine of invention. In general, people who exemplify this virtue, such as Socrates, are open-minded, creative, and show humility. Open-mindedness means staying receptive to new ideas, even if they challenge you. Creativity is that spark to build something fresh. Humility allows you to admit you don't have all the answers. As Socrates famously is quoted saying, "The only thing I know is that I know nothing." You don't have to be on his level, though, to embody the virtue of curiosity. In daily life, curiosity can be as simple as asking why about your routines, or exploring a new hobby just to learn. Be mindful and recall Socrates' words. A major pitfall is intellectual arrogance, thinking you already know it all. Once you stop questioning, you stop growing. Try this. Each day, learn one new thing, no matter how big or small, or challenge one assumption you hold. Remember, growth begins where certainty ends. Chances are, at one point in your life, you've had to step up and do something you didn't want to do, whether because of fear, anxiety, or external variables. When you do it anyway, that's courage. Courage is taking purposeful action despite fear. It's the will to stand by your principles and chase meaningful goals, even if the stakes are high. Courage is something easy to point to when we see it, but always seems more difficult to put into words. It's more of a gut feeling, but there are definitive traits you can hone to be ready when you are called upon to show courage, no matter the situation. Integrity, purpose, and boldness. Integrity is walking the talk. Purpose is knowing your why. Boldness is the readiness to leap when it counts. Combined, they form the backbone of true courage. Whether it's confronting a personal fear or standing up for someone who can't defend themselves, courage is the energy that propels you forward. When you unite courage with the other virtues, discipline to stay the course, resilience to endure, empathy to connect, and curiosity to innovate, you create a formidable ethos of living. This synergy is what the belief system of Aevitas is all about. That's the living ethos.